All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Australian counterpart Anthony Albanese to watch Ahmedabad Cricket Test match today. Full Election Commission to arrive in Bangalore today on a 3-day visit to Karnataka to review preparation for the forthcoming assembly elections. Veteran actor and director Satish Kaushik passes away this morning. Colombia opens military service to women for the first time in 25 years. And in Women's Premier League, Gujarat Giants defeat Royal Challengers Bangalore by 11 runs. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Australian counterpart Anthony Albanese will watch the first of the fourth Test match of the Border Gavaskar Trophy between the two countries at Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad today. More from a correspondent.
Both the leaders will reach the stadium in a short while from now to watch together the first play of the fourth Test match of Border Gavaskar Trophy between the two countries to be played at the world's largest Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. This has been organized to mark the 75 years of India-Australia cricket friendship. Ahmedabad police have deployed more than 3,000 personnel at the stadium as well as at the surrounding areas in view of the PM's visit. Later, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to hold meetings with the top functionaries at Raj Bhavan in Gandhinagar. They will depart for Delhi in the afternoon. Aparna Khun, AR News, Ahmedabad.
Mr. Modi arrived in Ahmedabad last night on a 2-day visit to Gujarat, while Mr. Albanese arrived in Ahmedabad yesterday afternoon. After arriving in Ahmedabad, Australian Prime Minister visited Sabarmati Ashram and paid tribute to Mahatma Gandhi. He also attended Holi festival and a cultural program at Raj Bhavan in Gandhinagar. Later, Mr. Albanese attended an event of an Australian university in Ahmedabad. The Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar and a team of senior officers from the Election Commission of India are visiting Karnataka from today for 3 days to have first-hand information on the preparations being made for the forthcoming assembly elections in the state. The Election Commissioners Anup Chandra Pandey, Arun Goel and Deputy Commissioners will be part of the team. On arrival, the full commission will hold a meeting of the electoral officers and senior police personnel on the preparations being made for the assembly election in Bengaluru. They will also hold interactions with the representatives of political parties and seek their suggestions to ensure free and fair elections. More from a correspondent.
Today evening, the CEC and other officers will take part in an international seminar on inclusive democracy. The chief election commissioners of various countries will be taking part in this seminar directly or through video conference. Tomorrow, the CEC and other members of the election commission will hold a meeting with 34 district electoral officers on pre-election arrangements. Later that day, they will inaugurate an exhibition on the significance of election, launch voters awareness campaign and hackathon and flag off LED media vehicles. At the Indian Institute of Science at the same venue, they will hold a special interaction with election ambassadors, students, physically challenged voters, heads of educational institutions and public influencers. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
Election Commission will host the third international conference on the theme Inclusive Elections and Elections Integrity in virtual format today. ECI is leading the cohort on elections integrity, which was established as a follow-up to the Summit for Democracy held in 2021. Over 46 participants from 25 countries as well as representatives from International Foundation for Electoral Systems and civil society organizations are expected to participate in the conference. The participating countries include Angola, Armenia, Australia, Canada, Norway, Philippines, Portugal, Romania, Sweden, Switzerland and Zambia. President Draupadi Murmu will visit Amritsar in Punjab today. During her day-long tour, the President will visit Sri Harmandir Sahib, Jallianwala Bagh, Durgiana Temple and Bhagwan Valmiki Ram Tirth Sthal. More from a Chandigarh correspondent, Akanksha Saxena.
After resuming office as President of India, Draupadi Murmu will visit Amritsar today. During her day-long tour, the President will visit Sri Harmandir Sahib, Jallianwala Bagh, Durgiana Temple and Bhagwan Valmiki Ram Tirth Sthal. She is scheduled to reach Amritsar today morning and will be welcomed by Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann. All security arrangements have been beefed up.
Nagaland Governor L. Ganeshan has appointed Mathung Yanthan as the pro-time Speaker of the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly. The pro-time Speaker will administer the oath to all the newly elected MLAs of the Assembly. Meanwhile, the Nationalist Congress Party NCP has declared support to the NDPP BJP-led government in Nagaland. The party chief Sharad Pawar has decided to accept the leadership of Chief Minister Nephew Rio in the larger interest of Nagaland. NCP General Secretary Northeast in charge Narendra Verma said the newly elected MLAs and its local unit are of the opinion that the party must be a part of the government in the larger interest of the state. The NCP won 7 seats in the recently held assembly elections. The government has said the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 will apply to trade in cryptocurrencies or virtual assets. In a notification, Minister of Finance said that the exchange between virtual digital assets and fiat currencies, the exchange between one or more forms of virtual digital assets, and the transfer of virtual digital assets will be covered under Money Laundering Act. Besides the safekeeping or administration of virtual digital assets and the participation in financial services related to the offer and sale of virtual digital assets will also come under the preview of the Act. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Northeast Diary program, broadcast every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. In this week's Northeast Diary, on 9th of March 2023, we bring an exclusive and interesting interaction with 3 women achievers from Sikkim, namely Mrs. Mona Gurung, Miss Chimi Bhutia and Miss Prabha Chetri. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister and Finance Minister Devendra Fadnavis will present the state budget in the Legislative Assembly today. The budget will be the first budget of the Shinde-Fadnavis government, which assumed charge on the 30th of June last year. The economic survey of the state for the year 2022-23 was stable in both the houses of state legislature yesterday. It was projected that the state economy is expected to grow by 6.8%. The highest growth of 10.2% was projected in agricultural and allied sectors. Veteran actor and director Satish Kaushik passed away early this morning. This was informed by actor Anupam Kher in a tweet. The 66-year-old Satish Kaushik had acted in more than 100 films. Born on April 13, 1956 in Haryana, he acted in theatres before finding his break in Bollywood. Satish Kaushik started his Bollywood career with the film Masoom in 1983. As an actor, he was known for his roles as Calendar in 1987 super-hit film Mr. India and as Pappu Peja in Deewana Mastana. Satish Kaushik also won the Filmfare Best Comedian Award in 1990 for Ram Lakhan and for Sajan Chale Sasural in 1997.
बीमार कम और बदमाश ज्यादा लगे हैं। अरे अंगूर आए थे राजा के लिए और खा भिखारी रहा है। मतलब ये है कि लेटा हुआ आदमी राजा नहीं है, राजा तो वो है। पप्पू पेजर बोल रहा हूँ, ए झंटू ले झटक ज्यादा ना मटक और मेरी बात गले में सटक। मुन्नू मोबाइल मेरा छोटा भाई हैगा, मैं उसका मोटा भाई पप्पू पेजर लाइन पे हूँ।
Sri Lanka's Foreign Minister M.U.M. Ali Sabri has said that the Indian government had no role in deciding the investor in case of Western Container Terminal of Colombo Port. In an exclusive interview with a special correspondent, he said that the decision on the investor was a matter internal to Sri Lanka. The minister said that Sri Lanka wanted to develop Western Container Terminal with India and Japan. He mentioned that Adani Group had then expressed interest in development of ports in Sri Lanka. Mr. Sabri said the Sri Lankan government had negotiated the necessary agreement with the group.
WCT, that is the West Container Terminal, Adani was chosen as a Sri Lankan partner. The investor and the government of Sri Lanka negotiated the necessary agreement in this regard. Actually, other than the fact that, of course, it was initially discussed the trilateral development with India and Japan and Sri Lanka participating, Indian government had no role in that. WCT is an internal to Sri Lanka.
Colombia has opened military service to women for the first time in 25 years. A cohort of 1,296 women have been enlisted in Colombia's army last month. Colombia has long had compulsory military service for men aged 18 to 24. The army relies heavily on those young recruits to staff bases, protect infrastructure and carry out administrative tasks, while its professional soldiers confront drug traffickers, gangs and rebel groups. This year, officials allowed females in the same age range to voluntarily join the military in what the army says is part of an effort to strengthen the role of women in its ranks. Presidential elections in Nepal is scheduled today. The voting will take place from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. There are 875 voters in the voter list, including 325 federal lawmakers and 550 members of provincial assemblies. A report.
The Election Commission of Nepal has set up 2 polling stations for presidential election at the Lhotse Hall of Parliament, one for the federal lawmakers and another for members of provincial assemblies. Election Commission has deployed 14 personnel at the polling station, 7 employees at each polling station. Ramchandra Paudel of Nepali Congress and Subhash Chandra Nembang of CPN-UML are the 2 candidates vying for the presidency today. Shweta Singh for All India Radio, Kathmandu.
In Women's Premier League cricket, Gujarat Giants defeated Royal Challengers Bangalore by 11 runs last night. Sneha Rana led Gujarat Giants, won the toss and opted to bat. They scored 201 runs in the stipulated 20 overs with a loss of 7 wickets. Sophia Dunkley scored 65 runs, followed by Harleen Deol 67 runs. Chasing a target of 202 runs, Royal Challengers Bangalore were able to score 190, losing 6 wickets in 20 overs. Sophie Devine scored highest 66 runs for Royal Challengers Bangalore. Ashley Gardner of Gujarat Giants took 3 wickets. In today's fixture, Delhi Capitals will face Mumbai Indians at 7:30 this evening at the D.Y. Patil Stadium in Mumbai. In the United Kingdom, many flights were disrupted and several schools were forced to close as snow blanketed much of the country yesterday. The British National Weather Agency said temperatures in the Scottish Highlands dropped to minus 15.4 degrees Celsius overnight, the coldest recorded in March since 2010. Freezing Arctic air is expected to blast the UK for the rest of the week. The weather agency has warned people of travel disruptions and power cuts in rural northern areas. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to S. Ramya.
Thank you, Abhishek. The physical versions of the papers were not available today on account of the Holi festival yesterday. Today's press review has been taken from the e-editions of the dailies. The Statesman quotes Prime Minister Narendra Modi and writes, RuPay UPI technologies, India's identity. PM asks India aims to step up investment, informs the pioneer. Indian degrees to be recognized in Australia. PM Anthony Albanese announces educational qualification recognition mechanism, notes the Economic Times. The Tribune writes, India slams Pakistan Foreign Minister Bilawal for raking up Kashmir at UN debate. India's permanent representative to UN, Ambassador Kamboj, terms his statement as baseless and politically motivated, unworthy of response. India to Pak for raising Kashmir at UNSC, reports the Times of India. Nepal presidential polls today, all eyes on hearing for police seeking PM's trial, states the Indian Express. On the occasion of International Women's Day yesterday, The Hindu writes, President Murmu stresses making women made equal partners in progress of humanity, and Padma Shri Odia scientist P.K. Jaina passes away at 92, reports the Asian Age. And with that, it's back to you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Ramya. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Australian counterpart Anthony Albanese to watch Ahmedabad Cricket Test match today. Full Election Commission to arrive in Bangalore today on a 3-day visit to Karnataka to review preparation for the forthcoming assembly elections. Veteran actor and director Satish Kaushik passes away this morning. Colombia opens military service to women for the first time in 25 years. And in Women's Premier League, Gujarat Giants defeat Royal Challengers Bangalore by 11 runs. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.